hunu sabre de eye former chief eye justice no na sabra me no eka say no wo bra ye no e de no free eye office no sansem no ansen no anase se anyane de ntenam so e ma fiti ho no nyina no wo bo ekọ nanim pem kwa ne sa se obepe atentene ne sanse o se yetietia o man e Ghana tietia ne fa hodie so a ya sabre de kwan amode no efa so no ohunu se wo mo amfa no amfa kwan pa so ntino na chese ope atentene ne e de amane ho na sa se mi wodo and they the Community Court of Justice of the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS no womo eko asetna na asetna wonom eko ye no womo abomodia abo ne nsem a ya wode ebepie mu na application no sabre omo abo e de ato egu a eno so eho ensem ena ene no echa egu na ruling no na chese asendie no ene June bosuni de toso eduonu N9 24th year na jumedie no ana so se attendie no etumi ekọ so wo etna so na wo ekan no na wo beka no enkonko wie echi no na chese wo abomodin a abo ensem no ana so se na application no e de atuagu na se nyina so nti enam so ma court no wo etumi ebo ensem no de tugu ye de bepim so abre no enya de a sana ye beba newsroom hanum no ye nsa entumi enkan na so se yenya enti nyina so nti enam so mo bo application e etugu ye na enkopim se ade be chene de na bibi be firi mu abade na chese madaroma ye beba na ye de abesomo na sabra me no ekase na medi kan ye no ye ma me no argue say the rights has been violated ye tesi aye ne fa hodie eso e wo bra process ne koso wo bra ye yi na free ye office no ntem anasa kwan de ne fa so no eno osusu se ye tesi aye ne fa hodie so ntino science no e wa se wotumi eba anasa na okokope eye atentene ne enti sabre de ene sa asem no ena ababa bedi eye anase se aba emonten so enti no semre ko nanimo no de be firi mu ebebe bia no madaroma yemfa enkame mu abusua me komani mu wonsem foforo mu dia ene na okopie mu ewo eye enkwanta de na chese eye oti manton mu mantemu na eye Ghana Police Service ene no eye yera police sahemichere IGP eye ora tete eye yohonu ende wabomodin apaw eye dwumakuo bi o special operation support team se wo momodin enkopie mu ewo mantam nu na omo enkonkonhwe na omo embo achituru ne nkwanta south eye mansi mu na eye mentime ho asbi ama ne ho ne so wo nam so masa abraham no ekase de ro e jese nipa dodo na na ahwere wo nkwan dodo nso na wo maprepre mu odin ewo hono maniti no na wo se aposifo no kokoto banje ban no mo bo nkwa ene japade ho eban ne science no wonum akwakopie mu ewo honom na enkrata wo modin krata aba emonten so a ya nipa ne nsa ehye enkrata ase eye deputy superintendent of police eye John Nko wono eye police public affairs unit ho ena owo ewo eye the Oti regional police command wono ena sabrede wo chirem se eye IGP ena sabrede dispatch safo no so wo mba mehwe emwa sa police fo a wo ewo ho na wo entumi enkambom enye adwuma safo efi police headquarters na omukopie mu wo ho ewo June bosome ne da na etoso eduonu 20th ena wo free eye police headquarters akopie mu ewo Oti eye region sabre no wo mukwa akohwe na bambo etumi gina ne nan so ewo honom na sabra me no ekasai no ye kire se wo bia police form wo Oti region ene wo mo amakwaka mo ho nyina toto asre eye mpanyifo ena afenso no kromafo ese wo bia wo information bia de fa wo mo edi sa nyamrasem no wadaroma bomodia the police is your friend triben wo mo na fa eye information ma wo mo sanse nhwehwemu eguso a ekoso se be betumi aboa na nhwehwemu no ayentem no motumi achesafo a mo chichira ya wo mo empese o my Ghana mu ebedwo tichiro ene Oti mantemu ne science no bia wo information bia anampo no unimo bia ne ho for sanse me emu bia no wo mo app no o mo biebie e de ato honom ubetumi aba na waba beyi wo mo asutire abusua mefri Oti mantemu na metumi akomanim dia ene na National Day for Persons with Disability in Ghana. Jumedie no akoso na ya chef fan fefefe na nso man na ekopie mu e wo mrahye bedwafie dia na chese mrahye bedwafo ni nyina no obia a kire na adwen de fast ansem we no mo kire se safo ya se bi o madi dam yi no ye nyina ya ye ka ho nyina no onko ntumi nya aban ko ntumi ye nyina ye nkambom na ye mboa wo mo se ne be ya ebetumi ama wo mo nso no o ma sitem no niama etumi akọ eye ehyew anaso se etumi akọ nkan ede ama wo mo ye nko na ye ntie eye na hye ebedwafo no wo mo bi adwen ya wo mo ekire ede fa asansem ho.
Mr. Speaker, I would want to say that most of the time we say the persons with disability are not recruited or are not employed. We have 261 districts in this country. If every assembly can employ 2 persons with disability, I believe we are going to get somewhere. And the ministries, departments, and agencies should also do same. At least 1 or 2 persons with disability will reduce the numbers of unemployment. We talk about skills training for them. Most of the time, they learn these skills. And I have testimonies within my constituency, Dadekotopon. There's a woman who has been able to, she does powder, she does various things. But when it's time to market these things, there's discrimination, there's stigmatization. And so people do not want to buy from her. These are issues that we need to talk about to ensure that even if they are self-employed, we will patronize whatever they are selling.
The issue of disabilities is a very big problem that actually needs to be delved into more. We are doing our best, and I know very well that even the current president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has made sure that persons with disability in education are being supported to go further. In the district assemblies, we have a quota from the district assemblies to support them. But we need to do more, because if you observe the situation, many of them are neither in education or even have skills.
Mr. Speaker, whilst we are trying to make schools accessible, we should find ways and means to make it more accessible at the early stage of life. If we include every child from age 1 all the way up, Mr. Speaker, it will allow us to create the culture of appreciating everybody's strength and their weakness, and it becomes part of our daily life. But because we are not used to, sometimes at the workplace, when somebody have issue with vision, we tend not to appreciate the fact that if that person is weak with vision, they might be strong with some other things. So, Mr. Speaker, I would then encourage the Ministry of Education that we should put more emphasis on inclusion as far as disability is concerned.
Our compatriots have communicated with clarity that what is being given to them, it's like a poultry support. Like a poultry support. And the call for that act to be reviewed is anchored on 3 legs. 1, that in terms of employment quota, you're not calling more than a 5% employment quota to be given to our colleagues and our compatriots with this challenge. Some metropolitan and district finance officers are not religiously doing full disclosure to the social welfare officers to know how much money that parliament has approved and how much money that the president is giving to be given to persons with disability. On this note, Mr. Speaker, I want to entreat every member of parliament in your district to take special interest in that. And I will call the administrator for District Assembly Common Fund. When the money is sent to the district, give an advice to the MP representing them, so that the MP will be aware of how much money has been allocated to persons with disability.
Abusuya Yugosua ejina eye sansam no eso eye National Day of Persons with Disability. Na eno ana soafo abedi echirede ma afsuya ya hye omaimu enwumesua ensem so eye Dr. Clement Abbas Apak enso echire na adwimu ana ochire na adwe dia fa sansem wa wo frɛ aban ese nya aban nko na afi nso no private sector afi public no ene wona eka bi owo mu ye nyina no yen dismantle eye barriers chese eye na todo da safo ise be yo mbenya kwanya kratumi aben eye individual ana aban adwuma kra so mbekɔ ho ana individual bia sebi empese obeji safo e wɔ n'adwuma mu ana mpo so wɔ ne no ebesan ene wo kyerɛ se ni nyina no eye nneɛma ya prevent safo na na so se emma wo mo nso no wo mo entumi endi ya na so ontumi enkyerɛ de wo mo enim ne science no ebra so se wase ye ma wo mo ekwan na esi akwan bi e wo ho bia no yeyi ni nyina mfemfiri wo se ne be ya wo betumi aben yen ebi ete se oni colleague ministers asoafo ni bi no ode to wo mo enim so mo akwanya na wo nso no wo ntumi emben wo mo na de wo nso mo nim wo mo adoma kyɛde no wo ntumi emban beda ne de afi ministries ahodo departments agencies MMDAs na afi so civil society organizations ani Ghana fo nyina no wɔsere ye nyina ye masafo ekwan na wo mo entumi emben yen na odi twato obiem ekire mu se safo nso no aya na amo enye access to classrooms and afi nso na learning and then adesua ho niam nso no mo ntumi enya obi wo hokra aya na futuo no bi kɔma awofo sebi wa wo na ne ba na di dem no so we de sebi na wo mfa so oben pa na timidi ni kosko we firi ni so beba enti efi no wo gya ne ho no one na kwan mu anaso se monte so sresra de ye mo mo nyina akwanya ni bi no mo so ntumi enkyere de mo nim.
All colleague ministers, ministries, departments and agencies, metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies, the private sector, civil society organizations, development partners and the public to renew our commitment to removing barriers that hinder the full participation of persons with disabilities. We must work together to create accessible schools, workplaces, healthcare facilities, transportation systems, and public spaces. We must promote inclusive employment and economic opportunities. We must strengthen social protection systems and ensure that disability considerations are integrated into and involve persons with disabilities in decision-making that affect their lives. True inclusion can only be achieved when their voices are heard, respected, and reflected in policy and practice. Mr. Speaker, on this National Day of Persons with Disability, I reaffirm Parliament's commitment to building a Ghana where every citizen can live with dignity, exercise their rights, and realize their full potential regardless of disability. Let this occasion serve as a renewed pledge to move decisively from promises to progress, from legislation to implementation, and from recognition to full realization of disability rights. Together, let us build a nation where inclusion is not an aspiration, but a reality, where accessibility is not an exception, but a standard, where no Ghanaian is left behind because of inability.
Abusuya wo ensam foforo emu no eye majority deputy whip na wono anso saye mrahebedeni di ma de hia wo mo ewo adan abato no empesua eso eye onyanfo comfort doyo kujo gansa wono na kase na ensima wo kanyina no wo kasa edietia enei eye the right ananso se obi ewu eja na yere a kunafo no kwan aya na yede wo mo efa so no wa condemn sa act ne se entwa yie enye wo kire mo so oba bebre sa oni ni kunu bebra page apade ebewie echi no ne wo ema ne enya efiri mo pe na ye bedwojo oba no na ye oya kan ne mba edi esi abonten enso nka ne yie mu a enka de waboa apoto ama na afie ne sebi enko no so nchi so de ebebom enso ne iwe pie mu o my Ghana sa esu no ekoso papa ya obi eto okra no ne kunu bobra ne tirimu entre no sa esan se wonim se ba mo wuo se be ba be fa ba ma ni ja ne pe afi ne bre ahyase eno no wo be sa bra obra abusua be ba beje ne ma ni nyina akantem so eno o kire se eye injustice je se eye atentere ne eni ho edema saafoi wom sa se emra ewo ho ya e wo se ebo saafoi ho ban enso no sa amra no ye mfa enya adwuma san se obi abusua asem de ukwa kamra asem sen ewo honom na ayeyie ne sa ye ntino ha adwen pa ntino obesre esesa eye de ekoso no yebetimi etu eye eho anamon yenko na yentie no obra eye widows eye day anase international day of eye widows eno nso no etumi ekoso na ye chef no yenko na yentie no de se de nsam nyina etu dwa wo eye emrahye bejefie.
Mr. Speaker, it is imperative that we intensify public education on property rights, inheritance laws, and legal laws available for widows. Knowledge of law remains one of the most effective tools for preventing exploitation and abuse. I therefore call upon the National Commission for Civil Education, the Information Service Department, the media, the traditional authority, religious leaders, civil society organizations, and all stakeholders to embark on sustained public education campaign aimed at eliminating harmful widowhood practices and promoting respect for the rights of widows. Mr. Speaker, I further urge the relevant ministries, departments, and agencies to strengthen support system for widows through legal aid service, economic empowerment programs, social protection interventions, and access to education and health care for widows and their children. As a nation, we must ensure that the death of a husband does not become the beginning of suffering, humiliation, and poverty for a widow. Let us work collectively to build a Ghana where widows are protected by law.
Abusia free mrashe bejefie yakoye nim edia ene na District Chief Executive Mitre Abai Krachipenyi Edema Eye Shai Osu Doku District Assembly Eye Onyamfo Godfred Ignatius Dodo na wano ena eka se nsima waka nyina ne se wahwe aboa ama eye womo database ana womo de ye adwuma e assembly ho no wahwe ayi de afiri ho no msanse eye outdated ena afenso no na emboa enam so ma na nne no bo se sika no nipa na age de ampuzo no na ekoba ne sa na enwunu efa nipa nsa asesa enti se abeya revenue mobilization no wo betumi aye ne yie na etumi aboa eye aban no what introduce eye revenue collection system bia eno no e ba boa eno enam so ma nne no watoto eye laptops afe tablets ena eno achire nso no wasanso a recruiting nipa be aduanan 40 revenue and data collectors a omunyina no ebehwe aboa na sa sakraya wo mo ade aba abefo kwan so befa so de agigeto ama aban no etumi agina ne nan so brane ensantrofo kopie mu wo bra dwumadie no wo mo epa eye eho entma yebekọ na yetie no enyina so ene tirimopo enti a wo pause a eye system no ano nti yenko na yentie
a bold decision to actually do something very significant, which hasn't happened for decades. And that thing had to do with the desire, the focus, and then the vision to have a very computerized, a very mechanized PD system for our districts. Over the past years, we have inherited a database that is disjointed, that is quite outdated, and that is not coherent as we wish it to be. So, as management, we sat down and thought through what we can do to have an efficient and effective system that can bring necessary revenue. Based on that, we have decided to buy some gadgets. Of course, we invested into laptops and tablets, and then recruited over 40 revenue collectors, data collectors. to go to the field to collect data so that we can build this particular unique system. We realize that what we used to have does not contain the scientific character that anybody at any point in time can check or can verify. So it is so porous that you enter into it, whatever you want to do, you can do it and get away at any point in time. And we are not able to make the necessary revenue we are supposed to make in order to do the development that we want to do. So we took the decision to quickly invest into this particular system. At least we maximize our gains. We've been able to cover a very wide range of our districts. Of course, you know our district is quite big. It's about 29.5% of the Greater Accra, total assets of Greater Accra. But so far, we've done about 75% of the coverage. We are left with areas such as Masuchare, Volivo, the hinterlands. These are predominantly our farming communities. So we'll be going there, but for now, we want to concentrate on the mega urban areas and see how best we can maximize our gain, because serving revenue has a timeline. And if the timeline elapsed and you're sending the bill to the ratepayers, they can decide not to pay or not, and you have to do a lot of enforcement, which is quite expensive. So what is it all about? So it's about we having tablets granted to trained data collectors.
Eno no Honorable Esanso ade etu dwatire mu se new bills no en sakraya na nso se hyenso e wo ho no ebi na wode etu edwai o se color coded enti yellow no se omoba na omoma yellow no a na che se eno for property rates na omo ema blue dia na eno business operating permit no enti so omoba na so omoma obibi ene sa hyenso bi embo ebra ene na che se omo emfiri shai osu doku district assembly enti pam womo eno echi nso no womo ekuta official logo ya eno nso no ni nyina no omo ada na edidi a kire ahwefo ene enti omo ba eno so mo ni nko ho se nipa ne ni official logo bia na se bibi foforo bia eno nso entua osika emfa emma no uwie nso be ma receipt ya eno nso eno echire so aba ma GPS aha na ni nyina no echire se omo efri shai osu edoku woni enna ho yenkwa na entie no.
Well, as far as the revenue collection is concerned, the bill itself contains an account number. So for instance, if we have SYZ being the company, SYZ has a unique account number. That unique account number is in our system. If SYZ is supposed to pay, let's say 50 Ghana cedis this year, already, if he pays 50 Ghana cedis, the system will record 0 against SYZ. If he pays 20 Ghana cedis, the system will record 20 Ghana cedis and then an arrears of 30 Ghana cedis. So next year, God willing, if SYZ is going to pay, it's going to pay 30 Ghana cedis as an arrears together with the new bill that's supposed to pay. This is how unique it is. It is also quite unique such that at any point in time, I know where SYZ is because we have picked the GPS address of SYZ. So just in our office, we can map where SYZ is on our map and say SYZ is here, or it's located here, and easily we'll be able to go there and then deal with SYZ. It is also important to say that on the bill, we have what we call the categories. So SYZ, what category are you? Maybe you are a medium enterprise, or you are a mega business, or you are that instructions tell you exactly what you are supposed to do as a ratepayer. For instance, the locations of where you can pay if you want to pay, because our district is quite vast. So you cannot walk from the farthest point to say you are coming to the capital to pay. So it tells you the various pay points within your reach where you can quickly go and pay. It also gives you additional information about the bill and how you should handle the bill, because it's where you would tier nicely, or the revenue collector will tier nicely and fasten to your receipts, or fasten to whichever record is bringing to the offices, which is very, very important. A yellow is basically for the property rates. Then we have color blue. Color blue is basically for the business operating permits. So all those going to pay business operating permit will see this type of bill, the semblance of it. It is going to be like this with you. And then this is the column where you can fold nicely, and then you can tear it off like this. and it contains the amount that you are paying. It has the same amount is here as a duplicate for you. So at any point in time, you have every record that you need on it.
Abusuya yebegyina nsɛm wɔ so ahome kase no so agye aboɔfo nkrato madam my ba meto ansɛm no so amamu. Abusuya ebeda mo ase akwaje aboafo nkrato madam ma meto ansem ne so na yenda ye ho emfa nsem ne koskasem ene adwade ensem mu. Abusuya Securities and Exchange Commission SEC they atudwa as omo market adanso say omo direct market operators afa fintech service providers and persons operating online investment and afa trading platforms so bia momodia na on complete the registration and afa licensing process no wo wo regulator no by 31st of August na chese August busumi a that yenimu ayeba besim July August no ne dey twa to afimu ano was sa mo amabobo mudin nyina dwedifo nyina no bobo modi aso mbekwa kopie mu was sec na makwa regulate mo business na pe ho license wo de na wu akwa renew na woni bi nso ana akwa register app bi se be ye betumi abo odwumedi a wudi no ho eban na ne nyina no sec se effort omudi egu apono so ebe strengthen investor protection and afa ebe enhance oversight of digital investment activities no so no so ewo man Ghana enti no sa ne mani nyina no sa odo ho kokodom wo mo a wo mbehwe aboa protect business a wo ye titru ewo digital platforms no eso na wo mo directive no wo mo issue ya na sansem yo mo de ba mountain ewo June 23 2026 no ena wo mo de ba na wo mo senso esisu ende ebio all entities and also bibia operating investor facing investment technology platform biano online trading applications and afa digital intermediary platforms and afa so no de omo amoka ho nyina no bomodi aso beba seka so wo no omo ntwetwe nkomo na omo hye embo na de sefata no wo emfa mbo na emfa embo wadwuma no ho eban na sabre no sekshira omo se growing presence of unregistered online investment applications no and afi trading platforms no adoso and so no and am so ema both local and international foreign markets ni na ewo ho and is one regulate and answer one court na yambo wadwuma no ho ban amfama wa ene na chese fraudulent and unregulated digital investment platforms no ebe take over when ni amba ho so no obehye no na ye fraudo na afen so no regulators bin so eno so no se omukra no ye nji wo mo entu mo na omo nso no aba be parade omo ho se omo enso no body ebonkofo edwa na so se omo business ho ban no ma be twi wadi na afen we ni ekwa akobre enti no bomodi asa ode ho ebedom sec se na ebe ya ebetumi aboa a protect o business no ede amount abusia woskasam any ejedi nsam no be si afeme na me ho bio embra na yenkwa amanfo aman so nkwohwe de ekoso ewo ho nso etufa France and makosimi ko so de ne na wo musu pa eso musu nyina ne se sa abre de se mframa pa ebi bebo na ebi aka wo mu enu esisi wo nyina sisi wo chirenchiren ye bi eni ho kra haban no ewo so sanse mframa ebo nyina na ye mframa janko na ebo wo mo describe situation say exceptionally hot weather yes abre de wo say more than half of the country no ye under red heat alert na say ende ukuo no about 10 of thousands of homes and as abre de wo mo enyina ewo ho no mo a chese power kra no ebi eni ho no san se eja ebo no ebo na ne ne ma ebo hye ne ma ya nwuresi ho anu tumi atumi hye ewo ho no mo a na chese enya agro na omo se western britain ne de sabre de pa ese eja wo ho de bi na fe wejo major wildfire bi nso no asanso aba be bo e de rem ya eno nso no overnight so mo da sorry ye no na enu nso ahye niema e wo ho no ma akoya rehosem e wo ho pa na enu etire no omo ese country no anase France no June ya June day ya June no sha ase the first day no e sha ase ese omo record na Tuesday na mo start so omo record yes high temperature na omo say sabre no kra na sha ase no edan no brada no na ye nre ya no na omo temperature no 29.8 Celsius na ene no ayo kuade no omo da nre ya de be chinde no enya asem ketoa asanso aboarema weda no chesen from eja no enya asem ketoa emu ohye e wo honom pa na omo ekire omo sisa heat wave no omo expect say be spread to other parts of Western Europe aye enne ekuade ya ntene se nkoto ase na de be chi eye ya wada ne de na chese akwa kopie mu e wo other parts of eye Europe ya eno ye orange alert ha mo say eno no hu sa no na chese dangerous weather pa eno so no parts of Netherlands so be experience this same situation na eno actually no temperatures so is expected to say eno so no peak e wo Netherlands and afi Belgium no on Friday no eno so no ebe kosoro papa was so no omo etumi da omo ho so whilst Germany so expected so so ebe hu mercury rise eno so be set up to and ebe rise to 40 degrees Celsius. Now over the weekend no now omo share announce so omo esusu say hot wave no so no ebe spread it to the eastern part na che say ebe free Western Europe now call eastern part of Europe over the next days at ebe bat enko pem weekend no there sa ene be sunsu ho no so no severe heat warnings no and so no bapa e was omo so no omo tumi hyehyeye na omo da omo ho eso now we see countries which is Poland, Croatia and afi Hungary omonso nyina no kopim se na watchinye wie di next week ni de na chese omonso aso ba be ye papa weather forecasters ne se omo boko continue so monye ahye no monye preparations enti France, Spain and afi Italy omo de omo anya omo de dada ene kra me no ekase ne chese omo entna hogono so kra enti ne de chese okopie mu ewo France dia na chese de efiri ho ene aman bia etwa Europe ho ehia no aha wo mo anyina no de to wo mo ananso se enam kwan so aye beto wo mo eno no se de yen ye wo rainy season ewa ha no ena wo mo so de ena ato wo mo ewo ho no we ebusua omanfo man so nsam so me de no so ebesi ha no ma so Jonathan Opon Ayakrado ago kanse mu nsam e bata kase no madaro ma odi be ka ho amayen.
Gana de shebeda minya ba Monica Abajewa se kan se bua etwegu ayebemu ene amafofo so ensem no ode ebre awokense hu sem anambra so said it to HB News meeting and Jonathan Opon 2026 FIFA World Cup match day 2 Ebaniye Indra Gillespie Stadium Kopimo Boston in Bonton so Black Stars of Ghana and the Three Lions of England and Eddie Ebuini game no etimi baniye obia Antwatna or tactical brilliance from head coach Carlos Queiroz and no etimi Ebuai my Black Stars secure a big point me no kasi after the game Black Stars 4-point second position and a dime. There is in a case in the between Black Stars of Ghana and the Three Lions of England.